All my dear classics boys, now you have a new video. In this video, now you are going to learn English Supplementary Reader, lesson number 7. The name of the lesson, The Wonder Called Sleep. So this is the story about sleep. Now let's read some few points related with the first part of the lesson. Say, first point, our body and brain recover from fatigue after a good sleep. Say, in this first point, say, we know that our body and brain can recover from fatigue after a good sleep. Then, second point, we dream while sleeping, but we do not always remember our dreams. Say, while sleeping, we all are dreaming, but say we do not always remember our dreams. So we should try to forget our dreams. Then, third point, during sleep, our heartbeat becomes slower and our temperature and blood pressure go down. Say during our sleep, say our heartbeat becomes slower and our body temperature and blood pressure go down. Say if we have high blood pressure, our life will be at risk. So to maintain a normal blood pressure, we must have a sound sleep. Sound sleep means a good sleep. So we should sleep in time. Say lack of sleep, it leads to high blood pressure. Then our body and the mind will get fatigue. So these are the 3 points related with the first part of the lesson. So now let's read the story about sleep. We know enough about what sleep is, though we don't know what exactly causes sleep. Say we all the people know enough about what sleep is, but we don't know what exactly causes sleep. Sleep is a state of rest and unconscious rest. Say sleep is a state of rest. Say sleep means, in another word, what we can say, rest. Say when we sleep, we take rest our body. An unconscious rest. Say during our sleep, we don't know nothing except we dreams. When we sleep, our body recovers from fatigue caused by the day's activity. Say during the daytime, we work a lot. Say we do so many activities, so many works. So in order to recover from the fatigue caused by the day's activities, we must sleep. So during our sleep, we can recover all the fatigue caused by the day's activities. After a good sleep in the rest that it gives, we become alert and active again, ready for the normal activities of the day. Say after a good sleep and the rest that gives us active again, then our body will become alert and active again, and we are ready for the normal activities of the day. When we wake up in the morning, it is not always possible for us to remember what happened when we were asleep. Say when we wake up in the early morning, say we cannot remember what happened when we were asleep. So these lines indicate that sleep is a state of rest and unconscious rest. We may remember a dream, but the rest of our sleep was a kind of darkness in which nothing seems to have taken place. Say, we the people may remember a dream, say, but the rest of our sleep was a kind of darkness. That means while sleeping, we cannot remember anything what happened when we were asleep. When we were asleep. So our sleep was a kind of darkness in which nothing seems to have taken place. Several things happen to our body while we are sleeping. Say, while we are sleeping, several things happen to our body. As we sink deeper into sleep, our muscle cells relax more and more. Say, as we sink deeper into sleep, our muscles relax more and more. Say, while sleeping, say, our muscles are relaxing more and more. Our heartbeat becomes slower. Then our heartbeat will become slower while we were asleep. So, sleep, a good sleep is very important to maintain a good heartbeat. So, slower heartbeat sometimes it is good for our health. Our temperature and blood pressure go down. Say if we have a good sleep, say our body temperature and our blood pressure will go down. The hyperactive brain also slow down so that we can't think or act consciously. So during a good sleep, say our active brain also slow down so that we cannot think or act consciously while we were sleeping. But we dream, but during our sleeping, say we dream. When we wake up, our temperature and blood pressure rise to normal. Say when we wake up in the early morning, say our body temperature and the blood pressure will automatically rise to normal range. Our heartbeat and breathing also become normal. Say when we wake up, say our heartbeat and the breathing also become normal. And we are fully awake and have forgotten most, if not all, the dreams that we had while sleeping. Say while sleeping, we were sometimes, some days we were sleeping. So all that dreams we can forget after we are fully awake. So from this first part of the lesson, we know that sleep is very good for our health. So to maintain a healthy body, we need a sound sleep. A sound sleep means a good sleep. Now we have second part of the lesson. So before I start reading the second part of the lesson, now let's read some points related with the second part of the lesson. So first point, a dream is an activity of the mind when we are asleep. Say a dream is an activity of the mind when we are asleep. Say while we were sleeping, say we dream sometimes. So a dream is an activity of the mind when we are asleep. Second point, dreams help us sleep through noise and other disturbances. So dreams help us sleep through noise and other disturbances. Then third point, dreams may reveal something about one's problem, but they cannot tell the future. So sometimes say dreams may reveal something about one's problem. Say when we face some difficult problem or some good moments, say sometimes in our dreams we can dream about that, but they cannot tell the future. But our dreams cannot tell our future. That means, say, when we dream, we see, we do some activities in our dream, but all that cannot be a real one in our day-to-day lives. So, dream cannot tell the future. Now, let's read the second part of the lesson. What is a dream? It is an activity of the mind that takes place when we are asleep. Say, a dream is an activity of the mind that takes place when we are asleep. Some dreams are probable, while others are not. Say some of our dreams are probable, while others are not probable. That means say sometimes our dreams reflects our mind, our mood. Then sometimes our dream is not related, is not completely related to our day-to-day activity. That only means that many of the things that happen in dreams could happen when we are awake. Say, that only means that many of things that happen in dreams could happen when we are awake. Say, when we are awake, say, many of the things that happen in dreams could happen when we are awake. Others could not. Then the other things that happen in our dreams could not happen when we are awake. Dreams seem to be important for several reasons. Say, our dreams is very important for several reasons. One is that a dream can help us to sleep through noise or other disturbances. So, one of the important reason for having a good dream is that a dream say can help us to sleep through noise and other disturbances. Say during the night, say sometimes we heard noises and other disturbances. So in order to have a good sleep, sometimes a good dream help us to sleep properly. For example, the alarm clock rings, but our mind causes us to dream that the telephone or doorbell is ringing, and that we are awake and answering it. So the alarm clock rings, but our mind causes us to dream that the telephone or doorbell is ringing. Say the sound of the alarm clock ringing, we thought that the ringing of the clock is the ringing of telephone or doorbell to our dream, and that we are awake and answering it. Certain doctors have found that one's dream often reveal a great deal about one's problem, and that if understood correctly, they can provide a key to the solution of those problems. Say certain doctors have found that one's dream often reveal a great deal about one's problems. Say sometimes we the people have so many problems. So all that problems reflect sometime in our dreams. So from hearing the things that happen in our dreams, the doctor can understand correctly about one's problem. So, after hearing the story of our dreams, they can provide a key to the solution of those problems. But we must remember one thing. But we must remember one thing. Dreams cannot be used as a way to tell the future. So we the people must remember one thing, that dreams cannot be used as a way to tell our future. They simply can never tell the future. So dreams can never tell our future. Sleep is the most common experience, but how many of us really think about the wonder and power of sleep? Say, sleep is the most common experience. That means we all the people sleep at night. So it is the most common experience. Is and everyone sleep. Say every living things sleep. So it is the most common experience. But how many of us really think about the wonder and the power of sleep? But many of us do not think deeply about the wonder and the power of sleep. Say we the people hardly think about the wonder and the power of sleep. Many poets have written beautiful poems about sleep. So many poets in the world have written beautiful poems, so many beautiful poems about sleep. Here is one in which the poet is describing the experience of falling asleep. Say, here is one poem. Say, in which the poet is describing the experience of falling asleep. Read it aloud. Lights out. I have come to the borders of sleep, the unfathomable deep, forest where all must lose. Their way, however straight or winding, soon or late, they cannot choose. There is not any book or face of dearest look that I would not turn from now to go into the unknown. I must enter and live alone. I know not how. Written by Edward Thomas. So this poem describes the experience of falling asleep. So this poem, Lights Out, written by Edward Thomas, is a good poem which describes the experience and the goodness of falling asleep. Lights out. I have come to the borders of sleep, the unfathomable deep, forest where all must lose. Their way, however straight or winding, soon or late, they cannot choose. There is not any book or face of dearest look that I would not turn from now to go into the unknown. I must enter and live alone. I know not how. Written by Edward Thomas. So this poem describes the experience of falling asleep. So this poem, Lights Out, written by Edward Thomas, is a good poem which describes the experience and the goodness of falling asleep. Again, I will read out the poem Lights Out. I have come to the borders of sleep, the unfathomable deep forest where all must lose their way, however straight or winding. Soon or late, they cannot choose. There is not any book or face of dearest look that I would not turn from now to go into the unknown. I must enter and live alone. I know not how. Written by Edward Thomas. So now I will explain this poem. Listen carefully. Say in this poem, say the poet says something about the power of sleep. The poet also compares sleep with a deep, dark, and dense forest, where sooner or later everyone might lose their way. That means one day, say, every one of us will die. So we are born to die. He believes, say, the poet believes that it is a place where human emotions such as love, ambitions, and affections in. Also, it casts an equal effect on all its subjects. When it approaches the path that leads to sleep is mysterious, yet it offers immense pleasure and calmness to its travelers. Therefore, the one who chooses to travel the path willingly surrenders it. By using the metaphor of sleep, say the poet has beautifully sketched the process of death which is inevitable. Say every passing day takes us close to the brink of death, where we have to go alone, leaving the worldly pleasures behind. So, this is about the poem written by Edward Thomas. Now let's see questions. Question number 1. What is the most obvious advantage of sleep? Answer. The most obvious advantage of sleep is that it helps our body recover from fatigue, mainly caused by the day's activities. It helps us in relaxing our mind and gives rest to our exhausted body. We tend to become alert and active after taking a nap, and it prepares us to take on the normal activities of the day. Next, question number 2. What happens to our body when we sleep? Answer. During sleep, the muscles of our body become relaxed. Our heartbeat becomes slower and our temperature and blood pressure also go down. Next, question number 3. Define a dream in your own words. Answer. Dream is an involuntary activity of the mind in which we see a succession of pictures, sensations, and emotions that usually occur during different phases of sleep. Then, next, question number 4. Why are dreams important? Mention 2 reasons. Answer. Dreams are important mainly for 2 reasons. These include number 1, they help us to sleep through noise and other distractions. Number 2, sometimes they provide us solutions to certain mental problems that we face. Next, question number 5. Why has sleep been called a wonder? Answer. Sleep has been regarded as a wonder because nobody has been able to justify or explain what exactly causes it. It is a state of unconscious rest that transports us to a world of dreams and helps us to escape from the real world. Good sleep is often considered necessary for the optimal growth of physical, mental, and emotional development of a person. Grandmothers and mothers sing nice little songs while rocking little ones to sleep. Such a song is called a lullaby. Say a lullaby is a song to make a baby sleep. Do you remember a lullaby in your own language? Tell the class in English what the lullaby says. So this is to be done in the classroom. So for this last question, try to do yourself at your homes. So all the boys, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Thank you all.